Good morning, everybody, or afternoon and evening, if depending on when you're doing your class. So for me, it's Saturday morning, 7 o'clock. Bit of an early bird today, hence the blinds are still all down and the lights are on. So week 38, incredible, hey? So you need a band. I don't need a ball today, actually. I've just thought we don't need a ball. And your block. And just check your space is clear. Put your music on, whatever it may be, a bit of Michael Bublé maybe, and just bring your feet together. Okay, so let's just take the feet out. Heels first today, then the toes, and bring those feet so they're in that parallel position as you rock forwards and backwards. And then stop when you feel the weight is in the middle. Just shift to the side a couple of times while I start my watch. Good, and back to the center. Okay, so pelvic tilts, here we go. Tipping that water in and out as if that pelvis was full of water. And then bring it back into that neutral position. Drop those arms just down by the side, let them feel heavy, and then bring them up to the ceiling and push down. And breathing in and down. Now shut your eyes and just try and forget everything that you've got in your head, whether it's what you've got to do today or what you've already done. And just listen to that breath as you breathe in. And gently open your eyes. Okay, interlock those fingers. So we've either all done something good today or we're going to do something today. So we're going to polish our little halo. So little fingers just interlocked, and we're just going to circle those backs of the hands as if you're polishing your halo. Now you can focus here on keeping the knees soft, pulling that pelvic floor up at least to the third floor, and pulling that tummy button back to your spine, and reverse direction. So everything is switched on as you're circling and polishing your halo. Okay, so now we're going to take it bigger. We're going to take it into those shoulders. So hips still stay still, but mobilizing the shoulders upper back. You can feel those ribs pushing forward and then coming back. Might feel a bit cranky and a bit of a few creaks and groans, and the other way, especially if you're like me and it's in the morning, you haven't really got moving yet. Good. Okay, so now bring your hands onto your waist, and I want you to hula hoop those waists. So sometimes I get you to keep your shoulders still when we do this. Today I want as much movement out of those hips, so you need to let those shoulders go. Just imagine you're doing those great big hula hoops and change direction. Here we go, round. I was never very good at it actually. I think I used to get about 3 or 4 maybe before it started to make its way down to the floor. And back to your standing point. Okay, so let's just take a little shoulder roll and an elbow and then a big arm circle. And that again. Yeah, I thought we were doing this. Elbow and again. And one more, and just feel how those shoulders are feeling. Good, because we're going to do our little bow and arrow sequence. Okay, so you're going to put yourself so that you've got one foot in front of the other. Okay, and then you're going to bring the arms forward, soften those knees, drop those shoulders. The opposite arm to the foot that's forward, you're going to pull that elbow back. Now as we're doing this, try and think about a nice tall posture. Now we've been talking about making sure we lift up out of those ribs. So imagine that string is pulling you up to the ceiling, really tall. Keep those headlights, those hip bones facing forward. You're just pulling and slicing the elbow back as you push the other arm forward. Now this time we're going to open that arm up, turn the palm and up and over the top. So pull it back, open, turn, and the biggest rainbow you can get. So pull, open, up, and pull. So those two middle fingers at one point should be as far away and pulling away from each other as possible. We've got two more. Try and keep those hips facing forward. So again, we're just working shoulder and upper back. Turn and over. Right, give those legs, arms a little shake. Turn yourself round, other foot forward, arms up. So make sure you've got your soft knees, your shoulders are down before you cut through with that elbow. And pull. Good, pulling forward with that other arm. Don't let it drop because I know it's going to feel tired. Hips facing forward. Last one of these ones. On this next one we're going to open up. So we draw it back, open up, turn, lift, over the top. Draw it back, open, turn, and over. Pulling back, open. Oh, those arms are starting to feel heavy, especially that front one. We've got two to go, so try and keep it up. Stretch the fingers for the front arm away from you. Last one, draw it back, open, lift, and over. Good, just let those arms relax down by your side. And just do one more, shoulder, elbow, big arm circle, and that should feel very different to a minute ago. Leave the arms where they are now, and let's just go into that side sequence so they take a little bit of a rest. And good. And 1, 2, last 2, and last 1. Good. What we're going to do next is we're going to get the, we'll open the chest, and then we're going to do a little bit more on those sides with the band. So for the chest, here we are, hugging our tree, softening those knees, pulling that pelvic floor up. We're going to push the hands forward and squeeze. Flex at the wrist, open up. Good, so coming back in, rounding those shoulders off slightly to separate the shoulders. Keep coming into your tummy, so remember that nice brace feeling. Push and hold. Flex and open. Okay, let's go and do 2 more at the slightly lower height. So separating those shoulders, you can drop the chin a little bit if you find that helps. Push and hold, there's your isometric. Flex the wrist. Now just drop them down a bit and open more at sort of bra strap level. Sorry guys. And in. Push and hold. Flex and open. Good, lovely. Okay, so grab your band and then we can do the 2 here with the band. So I want you just to bring the band above your head. Feet obviously normal hip width, hips facing forward. Okay, so we're going to start by closing that right arm into that ear position, or if I'm not sure whether you mirror me or not, so it might be right, it might be left. Grab hold of the band on the side, keep the arms straight, and then I want you to pull down. and pull. So I want you to push up with the top hand to the ceiling and pull down with the bottom. Keep the knees soft, pull that core on and tummy button in. So there's a little bit of a tricep move here. And 8. Okay, coming back up to the top, other arm to the ear, pulling down. So you just got to find a little bit of resistance that works for you. You don't want to be really fighting it, but on the other hand, you don't want to feel like it could stay there all day because it's not hard in any way. Think of that nice tall posture again. Last one. Okay, coming back up to the ceiling. This time we're going to bend. Now bring that arm and now pull. So we've added a little bit of lateral flexion. Again, push away with the top hand. Keep those knees soft. Very easy to lock them out at this point. Pulling it down and in. Down and in. Coming up. Side bend. Close the arm in. Push it to the ceiling. So I can really feel quite tight on that side. 4, so just imagine you're slicing that little finger in. 6, 7, and 8. Back up and down. Release it down underneath your foot, and we'll just add a few little bicep in today. So doesn't matter which foot you start with, find your position on your band, elbows tucked in, everything switched on, breathing in, coming up. So remember, if it's too easy, work those hands down, and the reverse if it's too hard. Two more, and we're going to stay at the top after this second one. And now we're going to punch and release. So release, push, 2. And 10. And relax. Change your feet over just because that glute on that side's a little bit more engaged. Second set, here we go. Slow, fast. So you might be finding now, oh, I need to relax the resistance a little bit. Or you might be happy. Hold it up this time, and here we go, and punch. Keep the elbows in, keep the core on. Last 10. And relax. Ooh, I think we might feel that, you know. Okie dokie. So, grab your little block if you want to do the block. We are going to have a go at doing spine twist on the block, which I think is one of the hardest things to do. So if you're a little bit unsure about doing it on your block, then do this week on the floor, and then you can practice on the block during the week. So it's really up to you here. Hope I don't lose my head. So whichever foot you're doing, just make sure it's facing forward in the right position. You've spread your toes, you've engaged that pelvic floor, and you pull that core, and you pull that pelvic floor up as you lift this knee up. Good, lovely controlled movement. Last 2, with that option of touching the floor or floating. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to bring the knee up, open the arms to 9 and 3. And now I want you just to turn as much as you feel you can and bring it back. And turn and bring it back. Arms in, down. Right, we're going to try 2 turns. Make sure you've got a focal point either side of you that you can look at to help, so you know your head's got to go straight to that focal point. So just move when you're ready. If you're not liking this, then you can just perhaps do that little sequence that we did last week with the straight leg, or you can just carry on doing your knee lifts, you know that. So knee comes up if you want, arms out, and when you're ready, turn. Back to your central focal point before you go the other side. Let's try another one. Really difficult, this. Arms in and down. Let's try one more with a 1. I think that's kind of enough really. So arms out, rotate and back and rotate and back, arms in and down. Okay, just so we just do a little bit more balance, let's just bring the foot to 12, arms out if you want, and just circle that foot round. So think lifting out of that rib area and that hip area. So everything in this trunk area is nice and taut. Relaxed but stretched. 2 more. Good, step to the side and just take our little stretch into those calf muscle. Coming up and down, up, down, 3, pushing in, and then 4, coming down. Good, let's try that all on the other side. Let's see how this goes. Could be interesting. Okay, so let's just start with our knee lift. So coming up where we feel nice and confident now. Just float in the arms, tummy button to spine. Pull that pelvic floor up. Okay, here we go. With the twist, spine twist, or adapt to suit you. So knee comes up, arms open. Arms forward and down. 1 with 2 spine twists. Really grip with that toe. Strong core. And 1 to finish this little sequence. So I'm really gripping into that block with my toe. My toes are really scrunched and screwing up and down. Good, okay, bring that foot to 12, arms wherever you want. Pick the foot up and just circle it round. If you do need the floor, just sweep that toe along the floor. And 2 more. And 1. Lovely, well done. Yes, there's my toes definitely in that block. And push into that heel. Feel that lovely stretch. Coming up and down. And up, down. Last one. Very nice. Okay, well done. Put that block to the side. We're going to go into our plie little section. Just put that down there. Okay, well we're taking a wide plie. Okay, and we're going to use a little bit more of the arms today with the plie. So we're going to, first of all, we're going to take ourselves down just to check that we're in the right position with our feet and our sit bones and our back and head against our wall. All right, from here the arms will be up, and then as we stretch the legs up, squeezing that imaginary beach ball, we're really going to push the arms open. Push really hard as if you're trying to push something down to the floor. Turn the palms, breathe in, and reverse that arm action. And push. And push. And obviously each time, or every 2 or 3, you might want to see if you can go maybe a little bit lower. And push. So really create some resistance in those arms. Push. Squeeze those glutes as well on the way up. Good, last one. Okay, so now I want you to go back, down, and bring your arms to like a little, I always think a little men on a computer game when I do this. Okay, so heel lift with the left foot. Remember, we're thinking about that spirit level across our hip bones. Heel lift on the other foot. Breathing in and push. Good. Okay, second set, breathe in, going down, arms up. This time, alternate the heel lift. So go left, right, left. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze on the way up. My arms are aching, I don't know about yours. Last set, breathing in. Down we go. Arms up. Heel lift left. Now pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Foot down. Right, pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think you're going to like me. 6, 7, 8. Down and up. Oh yes, that was good, wasn't it? Walk those feet in and come and have a little drink if you need one. So we're rolling down, progressing down towards the floor. We're just going to do 3 roll downs, enough to be able to touch the floor to stretch the back of the legs to work, mobilise the spine. We're going to walk the hands out and do a minute press up or plank if you're like me and got an iffy knee and you can't do it. Do plank, high plank, low planks, up to you. So find your hip width position, that nice tall posture. Breathing in. And we're going to come down nice and slowly. Bend to the knees. Whenever you feel you have to. Breathing in at the bottom. Exhale, coming up for 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, breathing in. Remember that imaginary string attached to your bottom that's pulling your legs up to the ceiling. So you're really mobilising the top half of that back as much as you can. Bend the knees at the bottom as much as you need to. Breathe in. And here we go, uncurl. Now keep that pelvis tipping forward for as long as possible. Keep the water pouring out of that pelvis. And then, of course, it'll have to straighten up. Good. Breathing in. Down we go. Such a good movement for the spine, this. We'll walk our hands out on this one. So we did 2 and this is the 3rd, I think, rather than do a 4th one. And you can either bring your knees to the floor and walk out, or you can walk your hands straight out.
So I'll go down into a low plank and then I can ask Siri for a minute. So high plank, low plank, press ups was what I chose for today. But if you can't do press ups, you can do a plank. Siri, 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute and counting.
Okay, so whichever you're doing, just your normal principles are the same. Core engaged, head in neutral, head in the right position, pushing away from the mat if you happen to be doing a high plank. Tummy button to spine. So there's your 30 seconds. There's 40. You know you'd come out any time you want, or you can change from plank to press up to plank. Just make it work for you. We're on to the last 10 seconds and we'll be going into a shell stretch. So if you've already finished, just come out into a nice little shell stretch. 3, 2, 1, and down we come. So shell stretch, knees together or knees apart is up to you. Leave the arms out the front so you feel a nice stretch across your shoulders. Pushing the sit bones back onto the heels. And then just slowly lift your head up and bring those knees in. Good, so we're going down into, surprise, surprise, side lying. I'll change it one day so we don't go straight into this. Okay, so find your position using your cushion. And today I want you to bend that bottom leg. All right, I'll just have a little check on numbers. Ooh, I can't see properly. Circles. Right. Okay, this is quite a hard, long set. So that's why we've got this bottom leg for a little bit more support. Okay, make sure your head and your back is all in alignment. Okay, we're going to pick this top leg up and we're going to circle it for 10 little circles. And reverse it 10. 2, 1. Now flex the foot, turn the foot down and lower and lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it forward, keep it flexed, turn the toe down and 8, 7, 6, 5. You're really going to be working that outer thigh and those glutes. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up at hip height. Now lift it up for 8, 7, 6. Oh my word. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bend it in. Good. What we'll do, we'll stretch that hip out. So I want you to roll onto your back. This way, isn't it? And I want you to bring the leg that you've just been working across the other one. You can just push that ankle bone so it's not pressing into the fleshy part of your leg. And just feel like you're trying to push this knee that's up at right angles away from you. Now, if that isn't giving you enough of a stretch, you can get hold of this other leg and just bring it into a box position. You can put your band around your leg at this point if you want and hold the band. So you've got this opposition of the foot and the knee working against each other on one side, and the knee that's bent is trying to push away. And if you try and just push it away a little bit more, feel that stretch down that IT band around that glute. Okay, release the arms and you can put the foot down on the floor And now arms out to 9 and 3, and this is, I love this. Just roll your legs over one way and the other way. And roll, keep the shoulders flat and just rock those legs. Get such a lovely stretch. If you want to do it with the leg off, you can. So that bottom other leg can be off or it can be down. And last one. Good, very nice. Okay, and pop the feet down, uncross, and then just sit yourself up or roll over to the other side, whichever it works for you. And let's do that all on the other side. So nice supported head position, head in line with your spine, bringing that bottom leg forward. Using this front arm just for a little bit of support is absolutely fine. Of course you can take it off if you want, but you don't have to. And starting with 10 circles. Now pull that pelvic floor up, pull that tummy button into your spine. And reverse them. And remember, always trying to think about creating this little mouse hole underneath this bottom rib. Good. Okay, now flex the foot, turn the toes down and down, up. Eight. Now bring that leg forward, keep it flexed, turn it down still and dip. Probably feel there's a bit more pressure going in that arm now because we brought the leg forward. Okay, hold it up, now lift it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 and bring it in. Bend the knees and then roll over onto your backs and bring that leg up into that figure 4 stretch. So as I say, you can stay here with that foot down. For most of you, that will be absolutely enough. But if you want, you can grab the hold behind the other leg. And just breathe nice and gently as you push the knee and ankle area like against each other, and the knee that's bent, you're pushing it away, feeling that stretch around your glutes, down your IT band. So I like to bring my knee up, but I do find trying to hold my hands, I think my arms are long enough. So you could use the band, as I say, or you can just hold it up. Okay, now pop those arms out to the side and now just rolling over those hips from one side to the other. Keeping the shoulders down. And of course you can have this foot on the floor and just roll. And last one. And back. Good. Arm across that foot. Breathe in and just bring yourself up to sit in. Very nice. Have a little drink if you want. And be grabbing your band at the same time. So this is one of my favourite ones. So the first one, remember, the band goes under your back. So just get it behind you. And we're going to go down for 6 counts. Okay, so arms come forward, breathing in. Now tuck that tailbone under, scoop that tummy out as you lower for 6, 5, 4, 3,
2, 1. Okay, so arms up to the ceiling, feet and knees in hip width position, back just that little small gap underneath your lumbar spine. Stretching the fingertips as tall to the ceiling as you can, and now drop your shoulders to the floor, but keep your arms straight and drop your shoulders. Fingertips to the ceiling, drop the shoulders. Keep that back into almost like an imprint. So you're focusing on tummy button to spine, bringing your hips towards your ribs. So you've got that little pelvis tip. Okay, so from here we're going to open up 9 and 3. So you can tighten the band a little bit. Open it up, close it. But what we need here is that visualization of resistance. Resist as you close something and push away as you open. Tighten the band a little bit more if you want. So that will give you a little bit more resistance. And last one. Good. So bring the band out round the top now. I'll have to shuffle down my mat. Okay, so one of my all-time favourites, this one, because I think it's one where you really do appreciate that rib-hip connection. So we're going to bring that band just above our shoulders with enough width to pass it over our head. Our knees and feet are in alignment. We're going to roll that marble into your belly button. We've now connected this rib to this hip with this imaginary spider's thread, and we don't want to pop it. So we're going to breathe in, and as we exhale, bringing the arms over the head, but letting the rib-hip connection stay. Breathing in on the way back. Now, if you're like me and you've got tight shoulders, you won't necessarily get your hands to the floor without breaking that spider's thread. Think of that shrink wrap feeling, that pulling up the pelvic floor, that nipping in at the waist to keep that rib and hip connection. Oh, John knows that. Keep it going. And if you are tight in the shoulders like me, just see if you can get a little bit further now that they're sort of kind of warming up. Last 4. But definitely maintain that rib-hip connection. Pull that tummy button right into your spine. And last one. Good. And now just bring the knees up, bring the band over the knees, and just pull yourself up into a little ball. Could have snuck a quick 100 in here, but we won't. And then let the legs go down. Take the band over the head, let the ribs pop up, let the band go, and take your nice full body stretch. So from here we've got to come up to sit-in. So your options are bring the knees back in and rock, or you ever go at that sit-up from here where you squeeze your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your glutes. You bring your tummy button right to your spine, bring your hips to your ribs, and you sit up from there. And I know a lot of ladies have really worked on cracking that, so well done, lovely. Right, we're going to go on to all fours. So I'll do my left leg first so that and you know where we're going. So I want you to bring your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips, pushing away with those hands from the floor, as well as trying to split your mat in half. We're going to bring this back leg out behind us. Okay, we're going to start with a straight leg and we're going to lift for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, 2 more. 8. Now we're going to flex it and we're going to push 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring the leg out to the side and we're going to draw a rainbow over. But I don't want you to twist your hips. I want you to keep your hips parallel to the floor. So only work in that range of movement. Good, lovely. Seagulls are waking up, I can hear. Keep pushing away from that mat. Last one. Leg back straight. 8, lifts to the ceiling. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, how mean was that? Okay, just sit back and have a nice little shell stretch. Good, and then I want you just to sit up, and we're doing a little, I got this off Hannah, I like this. Just make and push your little fingers and thumbs together, so like a little mohawk thing, and then stretch them, and then bring them in, and stretch. It's just a nice little wrist activity. So little pinch your fingers together, and then stretch them out. And pinch them together and stretch them out. Good, rotate them, Mexican waves, and let's go on the other side. Good, okay. If you know your wrists are a bit of an issue and you're finding there's too much to stay up on the wrists, go down onto the forearms and you can do it from there. Okay, so I'll just put my knee protection in there. Okay, so remember, push away from the hands from the mat, as well as trying to split your mat in half. Make sure those knees haven't crept into the middle. Take the other leg out straight and lift it for 8, 7. Just into that glute, you should feel it. It's not a big movement. 2, 1. Flex it, push, 8, 7. Now take it out the side, draw your rainbow. Remember that imaginary spirit level across your hips. You're trying to keep it level. Pushing away into the mat so you can feel a little bit of tension in the shoulders as you're pushing away and pushing up. Really feeling those glute muscles working. Two more. And now lift up and up for 8, 7. Now it's starting to really feel it. Flex, last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and whoa. I would take the knees wide, but that's up to you, just because I feel that you get a slightly deeper stretch in those glutes. Okay, and then come up, and if you want to grab your band again, And we're going to tie it round the legs this time. So about a hand like width away, no we haven't finished, hand width away from above your knees. They're a bit awkward, aren't they, to tie, because I've made them so long for you so that we can do all the other activities. Okie dokie. And then swing your legs around, and we'll go down first. We're going into pelvic bridge. So we'll get ourselves down there. So shoulders down, tuck that tailbone under and down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down we go. So bringing those feet into your pelvic bridge position. So we're in neutral spine, arms remember down, half, off, completely, you decide. Okay, so we're going to start with just a nice pelvic bridge rolling up. So roll the marble into your belly button, feel the back of the bottom of the spine flattening off. Then you can lift from that tailbone all the way up to that bridge. Your points here are to think, push the knees over the toes. We want a nice long body from our shoulders to our knees, but we don't want to push the ribs up to the ceiling. So slightly different bridge to, I think, what you do in yoga. Okay, so you've got a little bit of extra pressure now on those legs from that band. Now breathing in and exhale and come down. So choose the arm position that works for you. Breathing in, rolling up. Okay, so from here, we're now going to open the knees. So we're going to open. So you should be thinking ribs to hips, glutes engaged. Pushing those knees out. Good, last one. Breathing in, exhale, coming down. One vertebra at a time. Good, okay, now make the feet a little bit wider. Okay, breathing in, roll that marble, close that gap off, peeling off to the top. Nice length in the body, okay, if it's not very high, that's fine, but what we don't want to do, we don't want to be sunk in the middle. So wherever your bridge is, keep it straight, keep those glutes up. And here we go now, we're going to open and close, open, close. Ooh, you might feel this as well. You can really feel the muscles working on this. Try and squeeze those glutes to keep those hips up. Good, last one. Breathing in, exhale, coming down. Bring the feet back in to neutral. And we're just going to do the arms over the head. Okay, so I'm just shuffling down. So nice neutral spine, imprint, roll and lift. Holding that bridge. Breathe in. Exhale, float the arms over your head. Breathe in. Exhale and down. 2 more of those. Breathing in. Push those knees away. Think of that rib and hip connecting. Tummy button to spine. Breathing in. Over your head, breathing in and breathe in at the top and just come back down with control. Lovely, bring the knees into your chest and just take either a circular motion
or a rock side to side, or just stay in the little ball if that's what works for you. And rotate the other way if you're rotating. Very nice. And then grab hold behind those legs, put one leg down if you want, or both, and just rock up to sitting and get yourself untangled from your little instrument of torture there. Lovely, well done. Okay, so we're going into a different position. So we're going to go over onto our front, so have a little drink. So rolling over into our dart position. So that's head in its position for our front line work. Hands are down by your side and the palms are facing the ceiling. Heels out, remember, core engaged. So this is the one where we just lift our head and shoulders up, and then we lift the arms, and when the arms are up to the ceiling, we turn them in and push them down towards our toes. And then we breathe in, and we come back down, and we lay the back of the hand back onto the floor. Okay, so here we go. Breathing in, exhale. So breathe in to prepare, out as you lift, breathing in and 2 more of those. Turn the hands, stretch the fingers down to the toes. Remember that ice cube under your tummy button to keep away from it. Last one like this. Okay, so this is a variation that I want you to try and then decide if you like it. If you don't, go back to the same as what we've just been doing. So we do breathing in, exhale, up, arms out to the side and lift, lift, lift. And then we bring the arms back to the side and we come down. Okay, we're going to do, I think let's try 6 lifts. If 6 is too many and you can manage 2, do 2. If you don't like it at all, just stick with what we were doing and repeat that. So here we go, heels out, core engaged, tummy button away from that ice cube. So pull it back to your spine, breathe in, exhale, lift. Arms out to the side and lift for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring them back, breathing in. And just remember the head and shoulders are working as a unit. You're not leading this movement with your head. Here we go again, breathing in. Arms out to the side and lift 6, 5, 4. Lengthening that body, 3, 2, 1. Back, little finger to the ceiling, breathing in. Relax the arms round so the back of the hands are in the floor. Breathing in. Arms out. And 6. Maybe you can't bring your arms out this far. Maybe they're a little bit closer into your body. That will also work. You're just really strengthening that upper spine, that thoracic area, and that cervical spine in your neck. So last one, breathing in. Let's go for a 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Tummy button in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very well done. Okay. go through this with the same arm as I'm doing. So put your right arm out to the side at a right angle. Bring your left arm bent and put your left hand on the floor next to your chest. Lift your left knee and your left leg and bend it. Both knees, sorry. And then what I want you to do is push with this left hand, drop your knees over towards that right arm, but keep the right arm flat on the floor. So you've got a nice stretch here. And come back. Okay, this time just drop one leg, the right leg, and keep the left leg bent. And push. A little bit uncomfortable on the boobs, I have to say. And back down. Okay, left arm out, right arm bent, sort of next to your sort of chest and shoulder, so you can push with it. Bend your knees. I think I like the double knee one best. And push. So the left arm stays flat, pushing up and away. So the head comes off. Probably didn't explain that very well on the other side. I didn't keep my head off as much. And back. And then one more. I would keep both legs off if I was you. I think it's a slightly better stretch. But keep this left arm flat. And push. And back. Good. Now bring the feet down, both hands next to your chest, pushing up onto all fours. And just into your happy cat, sad cat stretch. So just bring that back up. Flexion and extension. How are we doing for time? Wow, where does it go? Where does it go? Good. And last one. And back. Okay, so a new little more sort of concentrated abs one for you today. So here we are, normal position, breathing in, down we go. Okay, so bring those knees and feet into hip width. And then we're going to just bring the fingertips to the temples, or you can tuck them just behind your head, interlock them, but don't feel like you're pulling your chin towards your chest. All right, we lift the head and shoulders as a unit, just the same as we did with pelvic bridge, but we're now on our, just the same as we did like with swan dive, but now we're on our back. So the head unit works as a unit. So this rib hip connection is really important. So what we're doing here, as we lift, we're obviously pulling our tummy button into our spine, and we're trying to close the gap between the rib and the hip. It's as if you're tipping your pelvis and the water is coming up over your chest. So are we ready? Fingertips interlocked, and we're coming up just to there. So like almost like a quarter sit up and down and up. Keep the elbows wide, don't pull on the head. Head and shoulder comes up together, rib and hip connect. And up. And down. So that back should be almost flat in the floor, maybe just a little gap under that lumbar spine. Good. And just release. Bring the knees up. So you might think, oh, that's only a little movement, but it packs a punch. Okay, so we're going to put those feet down again. Fingertips behind, just to support. And this time we're going to come up. So breathing in, coming up. Now release the left hand and touch the left knee. And the right hand touch. And 2. 3, 4, and 5. And down. Ooh, bring those legs in. Just got a bit cramp then. And just rock side to side. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Just pop the feet down, put the arms out and drop the knees to the side. We'll mix these two up and back. So this one we're keeping the shoulder down, remember? So just taking the knees as far as you can. Shoulder on the floor. Very nice. So back, just spread those feet again so those knees are hip width. Hands behind again. Here we go, sitting up. And down. Up. Rib to hip. Elbows wide. Tummy button to spine. Two more. And relax, arms out, knees to tabletop, shoulders down, knee drop. Try and keep those knees as well in that box position. Don't let them ride up to the ceiling, don't let the heels drop. Keep the shoulders down. Good. Feet back down, hands back. Here we go. Up and reach. If you find that too much to hold this position, then just carry on going up and down. Now squeeze those ribs and hips together. Just taking one hand touching the knee. Last ones. Squeeze the ribs and hips. Breathing in and down. Good, okay. Last knee little stretch here with that extension of the leg. So we take the knees over, extend the legs out, pendulum them back, bend them in. Shoulders down, extend, bend, in, and over. Reach, bend, and back. Last time. Over, stretch, bend, and in. And well done. Okay, take a little rock or a little circle. And then we're finishing with our lovely open book stretch. So if you can grab your block, and if that's the position you like, that works for me in terms of my body alignment. Bringing your head onto the front edge of those cushions. Make sure the knees are bent and are stacked. Ooh, over a little bit, but never mind. Okay, so our fingers are together. Shoulder, top arm just resting on that bottom. So breathing in. Exhale, open it up. Follow it with your head. Breathe in here. And we're going to take 8 counts to squeeze and close that arm in. So here comes that resistance for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Back to that shoulder height. Reaching forward. Breathe in. Open up. Breathing in here and close for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe breathing in. And here, take that breath in and close. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Okay, push that top leg away. Push yourself up into that lovely counter stretch. Bring the hand down. Find that diagonal, rotating round. And release. Good, let's try that on the other side. So move that block around, swing those legs round, bring those arms out, head at the front, remember, knees bent. Okay, so top arm lifts up, breathing in, stretch, exhale as we open. Breathe in here, exhale, and close. Breathing in, breathing in behind, 7, 8. Last time, breathing in. Exhale, open. Pushing it away. Breathing in here. And back we come for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Push that knee away. Push yourself up. Bring that arm over. Bring the arm down. Arm on the diagonal. Rotate round. Just hold that stretch for a second. And then we're going to just split the hands, lift the bottom round. Either come up to standing through kneeling if that's what you prefer, or if not, just a nice stretch through downward dog. Walk the hands back. Bring the nose to the knees, breathe in. And uncurl. As you come up, bring the arms up to the ceiling. Palms down. Heels down. And we'll just do that again. Breathe in, arms up. Down. And heels down. Take one arm up and one arm down. Feel that nice diagonal squeeze. And on the other side. Okay, drop that arm, shoulders around, elbows, big arm circle, shoulders, elbows, big arm circle, hands on hips, 4 open at the gate, just nice, little loose. Everything should just feel nice and easy. Shift that weight, 4 on the other side. Bringing yourself back to center. Just relax as you breathe in. Shut your eyes. And, oh, hit my knee. Breathing in. And relax. And breathing in. And relax. And well done. You have done. Yes, that was nearly 70 minutes, but there we go, never mind. All good stuff. So I hope you enjoyed that and you feel nice and relaxed, ready to attack the day if it's morning for you, or totally chilled, ready to
do that little arm exercise. So have a good week, and probably will need a bit for the newsletter next week. I've got quite a lot for this week, which I'm going to be writing today. But the more the merrier. All right. So have a good week. Hope you cracked on with your Christmas shopping. I can't believe how quickly it's come round. I always think I'm well prepared, and then the time just goes whoosh, doesn't it? So please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.